Hello and happy Friday to you folks. My name is Jaundoo, and I want to take this time to give you my personal review on a book that I recently read called Likeonomics by Rohit Bhargava. All I can say is that I am really excited to give you my nickel's worth on how this book relates to my own overall beliefs, which in all actuality I have practiced throughout my work career. And that is how to build, sustain, and solidify long-lasting relationships with your fellow work colleagues, the companies you service, to include the server who brings your food to the table. Overall, Likeonomics is such a great book with a plethora of stories and examples as it relates to the average person, namely myself, on how one needs to be liked. This book made me feel reinvigorated, especially with the additional tools it provided me in order for people to like me. Now, these were not tools based on his own experiences. Rohit actually interviewed many organizations, providing many well-researched examples. His book lays out the foundation of what it truly needs to be first. Be smart and be sure on how you can make people like you. Yet, even with what you think you know, how do you know if your customers, colleagues, friends, even family members really like you? How do you know for sure? Now, what's great about Rohit's book is he guides you on how to strategically figure out tactically how likable you actually are. More importantly, how to truly come across as likable without being disingenuous in your approach. Trust me, I speak from experience. See, the problem of being liked is that the harder you try, the more unlikable you often become. I was in sales for approximately 10 years, and during the beginning, although I had that infamous A-type personality, I came across as a little too strong, overwhelming with my style and approach at times. Rohit does a fantastic job of framing his process in terms that makes sense to me while getting into the essentials of likability. This book was built around 5 core principles called TRUST, which is an acronym and framework which stands for truth, relevance, unselfishness, simplicity, and timing. The first one, number 1, truth. It poses the question, does your company tell the truth, even if it's difficult? Number 2, relevancy. Does your company know how to stay fresh and relevant in the eyes of the customer? What value do you bring to the customer? Unselfishness. Is your organization unselfish, kind, and or compassionate, even when it doesn't have a positive impact on the bottom line? Number 4, simplicity. Does your organization make such things as processes, products super simple for your office and the customer? Timing. Does your organization know how to ensure that timing of your offering or customers' outreach happens in such a way that you stand the greatest chance of success? Nevertheless, each principle is supported by dozens of examples, useful frameworks, and great distinctions. Rohit does more research and collected more examples over his tenure and easily could have made his experience into a series of books. Instead, he was able to consolidate all of this useful information into one book, mind you, a book that will definitely appeal to different demographics of readers. For the last 14 years or so, I have been a practicing behavioral change manager, which is synonymous with change manager, change agent, change specialist, to name a few. However, as a change manager, I have to convince people to like me. In essence, I need to align with them and get their buy-in of what we as an organization are trying to do. And if they don't like me, well, the result is total resistance, and I have to open up my infamous bag of tricks and figure out how I can make them like me. Not fun, yet a challenge to say the least. The good news is that Likeonomics has reinforced what I already know, that you like me, that you really like me. Thank you, and have a great day.